Okay, 5,
4,
3,
2.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. We're Liverpool fans based in land, the rising sun, and yes, it is very, very hot and I am sweating like mad. Anyway, so this weekend is the start of the Premier League season, so yeah, we're doing the same thing as what we did last season, and that is our predictions. Who's going to finish where, what the whole league will be by the end of the season. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think will be the finishing placements for everybody at the end of the Premier League season in May 2018. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. We're just going to go through each position from 20th to 1st and see if we got the same or whatever. Let's have a look then. So 20th place, last, bottom of the league. John.
I'm going to Huddersfield.
Fair shout.
Also Huddersfield.
Fair shout. I've gone for Brighton and Hove Albion, to be honest. Yeah, the reason mine's different, I'll just say it now, Huddersfield Town I put 19th. For some reason, I don't know, like, I quite like Wagner's a decent manager. I don't know a tremendous amount for either team, to be honest. Yeah, it's going to be close. It could be either one, but I just think Brighton, but both good shouts. 19th.
Swansea.
Brighton.
Fair enough, yeah. I put Huddersfield, as I mentioned. Fair enough. 18th.
18th, I've done Huddersfield. No, sorry, Watford.
Watford, 18th.
Yeah, they slumped off last year. I think where did they finish, like 16th or something like that? It's like Swansea. Swansea have been yo-yoing for the last few years. It's sad to see them go, but once they sell Sergeson to Everton, if that happens, they've lost the best player and they haven't replaced it with anyone, so.
Fair enough. 18th, I put, what's it called? I put Swansea, to be honest. Again, if I think Sergerdsson's going to leave, if he does, like, they're screwed. They've been selling their best players for years, doing like, Aston Villa did, and no, I want them to stay up. Obviously, I'm Welsh, so I do want them to stay up, but I think their time's come really. 18th.
Also Swansea.
Swansea, yeah. So I'm sorry.
Pretty much the same.
Sorry, Swansea, but yeah. 17th.
Brighton.
Wow, so you think they'll stay up?
Just about. They had a good performance against Atletico Madrid. It's very unlikely that all promoted teams go down, so I think them and Newcastle will be the ones that stay up.
Fair enough. I've gone for Watford, to be honest. I just think they're not very good.
I've gone for West Brom. I know they finished a lot higher last season. I know they finished alright, but their actual performances, they went on a terrible run. It's Tony Pulis. There's only one thing he can do. He can keep you up, but he's not good. He doesn't play football, and I think it's going to be much more difficult for them this season. I do think they'll stay up, but just.
Fair enough. So the next one, where are we? 16th.
16th, I've got Burnley.
I got Burnley too.
Leicester.
Leicester, 16th.
Wow.
I'm furious they didn't finish 4th last year. They made me look like a right idiot. But no, I've gone for them because, in all honesty, I think they're into regression. It looks like Mahrez is going to leave. A lot of their best players from the side that won the title 2 years ago have now gone. Unfortunately, I just think they're in regression. I think they've got enough to stay up, but I just don't think they've got the same firepower, that sort of thing. I think
a bit of a gamble. They're trying to buy that Iniacho. I don't know.
They've signed him.
Oh, have they signed him? Yeah, it was 20 million.
I'm not really sure.
But still, it's like a gamble,
I think he's a solid signing. I think he'll do really well.
Yeah, and so do I. He's probably. He's boss on FIFA, so that he's going to be good. But but it's one of them. He's just kind of. He hasn't really had the time to shine, so this could be make or break for him. But so they're kind of. I think they're hedging the bets on him and Vardy doing the business. Fair enough.
I think they'll do all right, but not that much better, if I'm honest. Okay, so that's 16, 15th, John.
Newcastle,
fair enough.
Watford.
I've gone for Stoke, to be honest. I just don't think they were. Yeah, they're one of them they're still the most unpredictable team. They could do really well, but I don't know. I think Mark Hughes is a bit overrated. They've got some good players, but yeah, and Whelan, who's done really well for them in the few years, he's left now. And
Stoke's a mad one, is because they've got like good names, but they're not really great players. It's like you've got like Bojan and
out of it.
Sakiri and stuff like that. Sakiri's pretty good, but
Kiri's a decent player, like.
but it's like
You need more.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But they're kind of like, if they were that good, wouldn't be at Stoke. Sorry, Stoke, I'm not, but
Fair enough. So you think Watford have finished higher than Leicester?
Yeah, I think they were. I think with Watford, in fairness to them last season, one thing I applaud them for was the fact they were very attacking in games, and that's enough. That's the difference between getting 3 points and getting 1 point against your rival, let's say, or even getting 1 point against a big club, because they'll go out, they'll attack, they'll get goals, and of course, goal difference when it comes to it. If you're on the same goal difference as another side, then it goes to goals scored. So I think that will play to their advantage. I know it's a new manager, but I think they've got enough to stay up. Again, I don't think they'll be amazing, but I think 15th they'll probably take that.
Fair enough. So there we go. Yeah, 14th.
14th I got Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Wow. Okay. I've gone with Leicester.
Burnley.
Burnley. Well. Okay. Fair enough. Bournemouth 14th, finished 9th last season.
Yeah. I know they're a good side, Eddie. You know.
What a decent centre back.
Yeah, but that's the like they've got a
Jermaine
good
Defoe?
balance. They've got a good balance. Yeah, but Defoe's just gone. You know, he didn't do it at Swan and Sunderland.
Well, he did pretty well. The rest of the team were absolute shite.
Yeah,
And the manager.
I just don't think there's been enough maybe investment in the team, and I think the teams around them, maybe they haven't been investing that much either. I don't know. It's hard to predict anyway. But I just feel that if they can build on last season, they'll probably do just as well. But I don't know. I think they'll slip off a little bit this season.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm just making sure we're at 14, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I went with Leicester. I just, like you say, I do think they're in regression. Not as far as Tom does, but no, I just, yeah, no, that's true. But 2 places is a lot in football, mate. I just don't think they'll be up to much, really, to be honest. But there we go. Okay.
I'll just throw in Burnley. The reason I think 14th. Sorry. I think their home form will keep them up. I think same as last season, they'll be terrible away, but their home form, I think they won't be as strong, but they'll be strong enough, and that's why they'll stay up and get 14. Yeah, I still think Turf Moor, especially like when you look at the stars in the Premiership, Turf Moor is just a horrible place to go, especially in the winter. It's nothing against Burnley; it's a lovely place, but yeah, Turf Moor. It's
fair enough. Okay, yeah, cool. 30.
Crystal Palace.
Newcastle United.
Stoke.
All different there. Why Crystal Palace?
You know, they considering the team that they've got and how poorly they did last season. You know, I think now that they've got De Boer's come in, hasn't he? Yeah, he did okay out with Ajax. He's a good manager, and I think there's enough to work with in that squad. Because where did they finish last year? Was it like 16th or something like that? I don't know. I checked this morning and I forgot to write it down. But I think they'll improve this season.
Yeah, fair enough. Who did you say? Stoke. Yeah.
Stoke. The reason why, kind of similar to what you guys were saying earlier, they have got a couple of decent players. Mark Hughes. I mean, I definitely think Mark Hughes is better for them than Pulis, because you actually like it's worth watching the match. They've got enough. Again, I don't think they'll do anything special, but I think they've just got enough. Like in terms of like match winners, especially I can't say his name, Arnautovic, players like him, Shaqiri. That's enough for them to get 13. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. 12.
Leicester.
Okay, West Brom.
Bournemouth.
Wow. Okay, again, very very different. West Brom. Tony Pulis, mate. I just think it's actually maybe worse than what they did last season. I think they finished 8th. Did they last season, something like that? I can't even remember now. They were 8th for a long time, weren't they? And then they maybe dropped off a little bit.
Like Southampton, then Bournemouth.
Yeah. I think they were 8th for a long time and then dropped off at the end, didn't they? Didn't win for a long time at the end of the season. But yeah, I just, mid-table in it. It's what Tony Pulis specialises in, and I think they'll be fine. They've got some all right players. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. So, Tom, sorry, I'm completely. It's too hot. It's really, really too hot. I can't even think. Who did you say?
I said Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth. I know it's actually a drop from last season. I think I think they'll still do well. I like Eddie Howe. I like his tactics. I think it'll be a little bit more difficult for them. But yeah, I think they've got Defoe there. I think he'll do all right. I can't see them finishing as high as last season, just because I think the sides like West Ham, Southampton, Everton, they'll be that bit stronger. But definitely think they'll be kind of best of the rest in terms. That's why I put them 12th. Sorry, very inarticulate in the seat.
No, it is. It's difficult, man. It is difficult. Okay, where are we? 11th.
West Brom.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Bournemouth.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. 9th. Oh, sorry, 10th.
10th Stoke.
Stoke. Crystal Palace.
Newcastle.
Wow, quite high.
The Rafa factor. I think that's a big thing for me. I mean, their squad, it doesn't look particularly strong, but then, in fairness to Benitez, I mean, he won the Champions League with, Traore, Harry Kewell, Smeetser. I love those players, but, I mean, his tactics, for me, he's one of those, he can get a draw against top sides. He knows how to frustrate sides. Also, as we saw in the 2009 season with Liverpool, he knows how to attack. When he has to play attacking football, he can. I don't know, he's a bit like a chess player in that sense. I think his tactics, that's going to get him the extra positions. I fancy them to stay up. They are a big club. It's mad that they went down. I fancy them to get 10th under him. But it's the Rafa factor. Sorry.
Do you not worry that because they've signed virtually no players, that could be a big thing? Everyone catch the sound.
Oh, sorry. I thought it might be a big factor, but just Rafa. Yeah, for me it's the Rafa factor. I know that's mad, but that's why.
I mean, I put them 13th. I think they'll do quite well just because of Rafa Benitez as boss. Crystal Palace, put them up 10th, to be honest, because I do think Frank de Boer is a good. I think they got a good team. I think they are genuinely a good team, and they got a good manager now, so I think they'll do pretty well. Much better than last season.